Stan Gibilisco here to discuss a topic that you will find in my book, Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, edition number 5. A link to the Amazon.com site for this book will be found in the description of this video. What I'd like to talk about here is a method of proximity sensing known as capacitive proximity sensing. And it works in a way rather similar to capacitive pressure sensing, except that instead of sensing pressure, it senses the nearness of some conductive object, such as a metal ball, or a car, or a robot, for example, assuming that there's a lot of metal in the robot. Basically, the way that this circuit works is that the capacitance between a metal plate and whatever object might come near it is connected along with an inductor into an oscillator in such a way that as this object approaches the metal plate, the capacitance increases, lowering the resonant frequency of the inductance capacitance circuit and therefore lowering the frequency of the oscillator. That is detected by a frequency detector, which can convert the data into digital form suitable for use by a microcomputer, which then goes to whatever control devices you might want to actuate when this thing comes near it. For example, a robot. Now in the other videos about pressure sensing, I talked about telling a robot to go jump in a lake and telling a robot to go fly a kite. Well, in this case, suppose the approaching object is another robot. Maybe this device will tell that object, or tell the robot, the control device, to shake hands with the other robot, because after all, they are the two robots that we talked about in the other video. One of them jumped in the lake and survived, and the other one flew a kite and of course survived, but it was a little bit easier. That's the way this works, is capacitive proximity sensing. The capacitance between an object near a metal plate, the capacitance between that object and the metal plate, in conjunction with an inductor in an oscillator circuit, lower the frequency of the oscillator, sending it to a microcomputer, sending it to the robot, and telling it to shake hands with this thing, which happens to be the robot. Now, the great question that has yet to be resolved about all this is, which robot was the one that jumped in the lake, and which robot was the one that flew the kite? Stan Gibilisco, signing off. Might mention that I'm an amateur radio operator with the call sign W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. On my YouTube channel, you'll find plenty of playlists about ham and shortwave radio so that you can inform yourself about this great hobby and art, amateur radio, to your heart's content and your mind's demise. Meanwhile, once again, I will provide a link to the Amazon page for this book, Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, edition number 5, in the description of this video. So you can go right out, buy the book, and learn about this and many other topics in electronics. Until next time, so long.